Hey, welcome to my channel. I'm Nate Barger. I'm your host. Today, we're gonna talk about hotels. I think it was Tuesday, we were up in Cleveland and we flew down to Atlanta looking at some hotels, showing you guys some hotels. You guys get, how do you analyze them? How do you analyze them? So look, I'm gonna tell you, but first, make sure you go in there and hit the like button like my kids hit on my computer. See, she's right there. And make sure you subscribe to my channel, and we're gonna show you everything you need to know about hotels. And if you wanna get in hotels, we are gonna be syndicating for some hotels. So we'll have a link out for some investors soon. I'm gonna jump right on into the hotel analysis. All right, so look guys, this is a hotel we did. This is actually our courtyard. And you've seen the one that we were looking at the other day, totally renovated. So here's what we purchased this for, $7 million. It's a 145 room. Let's say what kind it is. It's a courtyard. I don't want to say the name, but it's a courtyard. Come on, you guys got it. Okay, closing cost was $500,000. Because when you got closing costs, you got all kinds of legal. You got them are soft costs too. You're gonna have $175,000 franchise fee. Now, this was an assumption. I think we spent $390 on closing costs, legal, transfer, title. Total CapEx is $5.3 million. Okay, what this means, this was a dated hotel. So why do you want to buy a dated hotel? Because you may go to the brand who could be Marriott, it could be Hilton, it could be Hyatt, it could be IHG, which is your Holiday Inn, and your Staybridge. So we're buying a Staybridge right now. Those things are freaking awesome. And you got, right, when you renovate them, you're typically able to get a higher occupancy and a little bit more per night. Now, how does that break down? Why does that matter? We're gonna go down into that. But first thing I want you to know is that the cost to build one of these is about $160,000 to $225,000 a key, depending on your area. If you're in California, you're gonna be closer to $225,000. You know, in the Midwest, it's about as cheap as it's gonna get. You're gonna be $160,000 a key. So our first threshold that we wanna look at is, are we in it well below replacement cost? We want to be well below replacement cost. All right, so the purchase price is $7 million, guys. That's $48,275 a key. We got $3,400 in closing costs. Total CapEx, which is going to make this thing look like a brand new hotel, is $90,000 or $36,000. So we're all in for $96,000 a key, a room. Now that's much cheaper than the cost to build new, which is $160,000, $170,000 a key. So here's what you call sources is equity. Equity is money. How much money do we need to raise for this hotel to do this hotel from our investors? $1.7 million. Then we're going to go get $9.6 million in debt from the bank, and PACE, which is an energy, a company, or it's like a state tax credit you can use to generate funds based off stuff that you do to help create clean air, save energy. So we're all in for $12.8 million, which is only $88,000 a key, which is about half the price of new build. Our targeted average cash return is 23.9% for the project. Our investor will get 13.26% of that. Our target internal rate of return is 47.5%. That means we're making 47.5% on the money every year. So the equity multiple is almost a 3x, a 2.86 over 3 years. But let's look at our 5 years. This is our typical hold period. Our total average cash is 25% per year. Our targeted internal rate of return, you see it drop from year 3 to year 5. But our equity multiple was almost a 4x on this project. So let's go down here and let's see how we got that. So right here, we got your room revenue was, when we bought this thing, previous management, $3.3 million, 91.6% of revenues. Here's what you do. You break down, let's go to our projected 5 year. I like 5 year better, okay? So we're gonna go to our 5 year. Our room revenue year 1 when we bought it was $3.37 million. Our food and beverage is $228,946, and our miscellaneous is $75,000 for a total revenue of $3.6 million. This thing, the departmental expenses were $1,060,000. Undistributed expenses were $1,160,000. Gross operating profit was $1.14, And this thing had an NOI of 797,000. So we bought this thing at like a 11 cap, which is really good. But the problem was we had to put all this money into it. So now let's go over here. This is with our management company. We think we can get room revenue up from 3.33 to 4.1, which is a $761,000 increase. We can get food and beverage up $55,000 to $283,000. We can get miscellaneous up 17 grand and 93,000. So our total revenue is going to be 4.476, almost 4.5 million. An increase of $834,000. Our departmental expenses are going to go up to 1.249. Undistributed expenses are going to go up to 1.154, or down, actually. They're going to go down 5,200 to 1.154. And our gross operating profit is going to go up to 2,072,000. Our NOI is going to go up to a 1.242. It's going to be operating at a 31% margin. Now, I think we can take that to a 32 or a 33. Right now, you see it was operating at 25. So we know for this brand right here that this thing should be operating at a 31 or a 32%. So when we see that it's being undermanaged, it's an easy pickup. But it wasn't all just a management company. It was also the dated hotel. The hotel was old and probably losing business to some newer hotels, but it is a Marriott product. So people are brand loyal. People love Marriott, including myself. And so it's dated and it's older. So now once you fix it up, you're going to be able to push your daily rate, and you're going to be able to push your occupancy up. That's where we're going to be able to get the improvement. So let's see if we had I did not have a final sheet on this executive summary. Value add investment upon renovation and implementation of the hospitality group, that's our group, and marketing strategies. This Courtyard will experience significant upside in margins. The hotel is currently underperforming in a market competitive set. So the competitive set is what you look at. It's called a STAR report, and it'll tell you what other hotels you're competing against, how many rooms they got, when they were built, when the last renovation was. And then it will tell you a blend of what all of them are doing as far as what is their occupancy and what is their average daily rate. And are you operating close to that? Or are you too high on your rate and too low on your occupancy? You got to balance that out and blend it out. So it's running a business. Typical brand affiliations such as Courtyard operate at 30% plus NOI margins. Currently, the subject hotel is operating at 20% NOI. Courtyard, Marriott's largest brand by distribution, and delivers consistent high returns and solid RevPAR to owners. Courtyard is the 8th largest lodging brand in the world with over 1,100 hotels in 47 countries. Courtyard continues to expand globally into urban locations, downtown markets, and high visibility. So when I'm somewhere, if I can stand a Courtyard, I'm staying in a Courtyard. I know my son, why do you love staying there?
Nice.
No, because you like them cookies.
Oh, yeah, those cookies are really
Yeah, man, they got some amazing cookies, man. So in our hotel, we just walk in the back and, ask the cook, hey, man, would you make some of them cookies? And them things are amazing. Yeah, they're big chocolate chip cookies. So this hotel, let me pull up this calculator and just show you how you would analyze. Pull the calculator up here. I'm going to show you how you would analyze a hotel like this. So you're going to say that there's 145 rooms times 365 days in a year. That's 52,925 opportunities that you have to make money. Those are nights that you could rent out. Let's say that you're going to get your average daily rate on this is $100 and let's say $9. That's 5.768825, 5.7 million. But you're never going to have 100% occupancy. Well, let's say we get this thing up to 0.65. I think it was operating at a 0.62 at $101 a night. We're going to get it up to 109, and we're going to push it from a 62 to a 65% occupancy. We may get higher, but I'm just being conservative. So that's a 3.749 plus we're going to add in about 340,000, 350,000 for miscellaneous and food and beverage. That's going to equal 4.1 million times 0.32. We're going to run a 32% bottom line. So we're going to bring in 1.3119, and we're going to take a conservative cap rate. Now, I think we could sell this thing off at a 7 cap, but we're going to divide this over a 0.08. See what it equals. 16.39 minus, we ended up saving some money on the PIP, minus the 12.5 million that we're in it for. Let's see what kind of profit we got. $4 million profit. Plus, we had cash flow of about $500,000 for 5 years. So let's just say plus 2.5 million. That's going to equal 6.39 divided by the 1.7 million that we had in it. 3.76 equity multiple. That's pretty much how you get that. Let's say we divided that by 5. That's going to give you a roughly, this isn't going to be quite, I don't want to get into the internal rate of return, net present value, and confuse you more, but that's a crazy return right there. I ain't even going to say it's 70% return. So, I mean, that's how you get great returns, guys. It's not any harder, but it's a lot harder to run, but it's a lot easier to scale. And here's why. Because you have professional management. You have, you can pay $70,000, $80,000 to your general manager. It's hard to do that when you're dealing with multifamily property. We can't pay anybody $70,000 or $80,000. It's hard because you just don't have enough revenue. On top of that, this place is 60,000 square feet. Can generate $4 million in revenue. If you did apartments about that size, you're gonna generate about $600,000 to $800,000 in revenue. So it is so much more money and they're in so much more better shape. So that's why I like hotels myself. I honestly could see buying $1 billion worth of hotels without losing my hair, without going to a hairdresser and telling them, hey man, I need you to dye my hair. I'm gray, they're gray, I'm stressed out. You know, apartments are a lot more intense. You got to come up with solutions all the time. Even in the middle of filming a minute ago, I had to come up with a solution. I had to help out one of the property managers, which is fine. But, you know, with the hotels, you're not out dealing with that because they are in a lot better shape. So, guys, look, make sure that you hit the like button. Any questions you got, make sure you ask below about hotels. If you want to find out how you can get involved, you know, just ask your questions below. I'll answer as best of my ability. And make sure you hit the like button and subscribe to us, man. And we'll see you on the next video. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, Nate Barger on YouTube, and hit the bell. And you'll be notified on any new videos that come out.